Hello, today is October 7th, and I wanted to give everybody a little update on the progress we've made on restoring this Vicente Tatay guitar. When we got it, it had severe splits on both sides and on the top. And as you can see, what I've done so far, here we've glued everything together on the sideboards, filled the unevenness with super glue, and then sanded things down, polished it, restained it with some polyurethane semi-gloss or satin finish, and then polished on top of that. And you can see it looks pretty decent. I'm really happy with the sideboards. There's a few blemishes here and there, but it's not bad. Then we worked on top to the soundboard, and the soundboard had some pretty deep splits right in here. This was the original seam that they glued the solid spruce together with, and then the crack just moved over here and separated pretty good. So what we did, we put some glue in there, steamed it, covered it, and the steam eventually expanded, brought it together, and it's all nice and tight there now. After that, then I put a few cleats under there to keep that from hopefully splitting again. And it was on to the neck. And the neck, we found out that we have a little bit of a bow concave in the top soundboard, which is hard to get out. I measured the spring action with a spring gauge. The 12th fret, I'm about 1 millimeter high. I put some just copper wire on there just to get a measurement. It's difficult to get that out. I try to sand down the bone saddle as much as I can. And like I said, I ended up about 1 millimeter. To get it any closer or tighter, we'd have to separate and remove the neck, shave off some and put it back together, which part of a project beyond that I want to get into with this one. But this being a flamenco guitar, they're meant to be strummed pretty hard. So you don't want to get too close of an action or you get buzz on the frets. So we're going to be anxious to see how things go once I get it restrung with some good high tension strings. I moved on to this to the frets, and had found that the frets had been pretty rough. You could hear the smoothness on that side that I worked versus this side I still have to work, and there's some real sharp edges back in here. So I've been working things with a small jeweler's file, put some masking tape around the side so I don't scratch anything, and eventually I get that down pretty good in the next few days and put some strings on it. See how it's going to turn out. You notice I took the label out of the metal there too, because steaming it I didn't want to damage it, so I tucked it away in a wax paper inside of a book to keep it nice and preserved, and I'll put that back at the very end before I string. So it's been a fun project. I'm going to be anxious to see how it sounds once we get some strings on it.